All right, so this is the next day. I woke up just an hour ago and I went ahead and checked my Instantly account, and looks like we got four positive replies so far. Happy to connect and hear more about the interests you have in mind. Best, Richard. I'm building a sales system live that automatically finds CEOs who just raised millions, and I'm going to do it live in front of you. For some context, in 2025, biotech companies just raised over $15 billion. So we're talking big players here. They're not necessarily impressed by the term AI automation or the fancy AI agents that you see gurus build online. They want one thing, which is warm introductions to pharma partners who can turn their drug into a billion-dollar deal. And most of them don't know how to get those intros. That's the gap. So buckle up, because today you'll see exactly how a seven-figure agency owner builds a sales system from scratch that could generate over 50K in the next 60 days. So let's get into it. So, for some context, I am currently working with two biotech companies as of now, and they need pharma partnerships, clinical trial sites, investor intros, and advisors. So, this is essentially like their ideal client. Okay. So, the offer that I ran was booked intros with their ideal partners, exactly what I mentioned, which was exactly what they needed based off dozens of sales calls that my sales rep had to go through. And my time in back then was 30 to 90 days post funding, which was the highest intent window. So we're going to replicate the same formula by reaching out to them exactly using a sales system right now that I'm going to build. And we're just going to generate some sales opportunities live. Okay. So why am I doing this? Well, because their deals are insanity. Okay. And this is coming from experience, right? They don't flinch at 10K retainers, which is the reason why I'm recording this, to give you guys like a complete roadmap. And the best way is just try to generate sales opportunities myself to show you exactly what would happen. Okay. And basically just run the same formula that I ran back in July, where I closed those two clients. Okay. And just to give you guys some context, one pharma licensing deal, it's 10 million to $100 million for them. Okay. Just give that some thoughts. So your offer is going to be, for example, $7,500 setup plus 30,500 dollars to facilitate those intros. And by the way, this is just me being cheap. You can definitely pitch more. I pitched more. Okay. And by the way, this is not selling. This is called high value matchmaking with a service fee attached. This is something that I include in my proposals. Highly recommend you guys use it too. Okay, so if you deliver one intro to these biotech companies that could potentially turn into a deal, you just made them $50 million. Okay, so whatever you pitch here in the setup, whatever it's 8K, 12K, even 25K, you completely justified the cost. Okay, so my formula is going to be as follows. Step one is signal detection. So I'll be hitting Fierce Biotech Fundings Tracker, which is like a website that I used back then, like 3 months ago, back in July. And essentially they update recent fundings in the biotech and within the biotech industry probably every month. Okay, so I'm gonna find these companies that just got their money from investors. Obviously, they're not thinking about software or marketing. They're thinking about who can I partner with to validate this freaking race. Okay? Like I always say, they are under the pressure from investors to show ROI. Step two is the decision maker extraction. When a biotech raises 100 million, here's who controls the money. Obviously, it's going to be the founder. Okay, priority number one. So we're gonna be hitting the founder because he is the final decision maker. And post funding, they're building partnerships to validate their race, obviously. So let's scroll down here. So my NA10 sales system is gonna have the signal detection, which is funding events. I'm gonna find the decision maker, which is gonna be most likely the CEO. Again, my experience CEOs do reply more. And I'm gonna have a personalized outreach at scale using an NA10 automation, which is probably gonna be just using AI like ChatGPT or Claude. Okay. So step one is I'm gonna go to my NA10. So let me just go to NA10 here, sign in to my account. Okay, so I am in a new workflow and I'm gonna go to Fierce Biotech. So let's check this out. So Fierce Biotech fundraising tracker 25. Okay, Sparrow secures 95 million, Avenzo at 60 million. So I have all these companies, and back then here's what I've done. In order for me to get these companies, probably there's like a 50 or 60. Again, it's gonna be high intent, so it's not gonna be a lot of data, obviously, but this is like kind of like gold mine. I don't need like a thousands of leads. I just need a couple hundred and I'm good. Okay, I can definitely generate sales opportunities, which is exactly what I recommend you guys always do. Okay, don't spray and pray, obviously. So we have all of these RMB 550 million. That's crazy amount of money. So what I'm gonna do is I'm simply gonna copy this entire thing, yes. And I believe I have a code for this. Like I already have like a code that takes all of this and returns it as JSON. So I'm just gonna go to my NA10 and I believe I have it in my drive here. Go to recent. Fierce Bio, yeah, July 2025. This is the one. So I'm just gonna copy this. Control C. I'm gonna leave it in description. I'm gonna add a trigger manually. If I run it, nothing is gonna happen, obviously. So I'm gonna add a code. And here's what you're gonna do. You wanna go to code in JavaScript, paste this here, and then you see this put text here. I'm just gonna copy this. I believe from September. Yeah. So I'm gonna copy this entire thing all the way to release. Oh man, I have to do it again. Okay. So all the way to here. And I'm gonna go here and I'm simply gonna paste this. And then I'm gonna execute and see. Perfect. There we go. This still works. So I have 98 companies. So check this out. I have all these companies, the domain, this code can actually get you the funding round. So funding round, post IPO, series A, B. I'm going to use this in my copy, obviously, and also the funding date, which is absolutely insane. So extract companies. I'm just going to name it extract companies. Sweet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a Google search API to kind of like Google the company name plus founder, which is kind of like my flow. So I'm just going to close all these tabs and I'm going to go to HTTP requests and then I'm going to use a Google search API, which is this one. It's kind of like Googling the decision maker. For instance, if I go here and I go to this Sparrow or like Dualita founder. Is it Dua Lipa? So Dualita the Therapeutics was founded by Forrest Huang. This is the guy. So it's kind of like doing the same thing, but just using Google API. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Open Playground. I'm gonna copy this entire thing. This is what you want to do, and go back to HTTP. Go to import curl, paste this here. You're gonna have your API key here, which is gonna be different. And I'm gonna delete these query parameters, and I'm gonna go to my playbook. I'm gonna leave all these resources, so don't worry about it. I have the founder name Rapid API. So I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm gonna go here, make sure I toggle expression, and then simply just paste this here. And then I'm gonna put the company name here. And I'm gonna delete this. Boom. So Spar. Sweet. So I'm gonna go scroll down, go to batching, make sure it's every 300, I believe it's 300 ms. Yes, 300 ms. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna execute. All right, done. So there we go. Looks like we found 98 items. Okay, so now what are we gonna do is I'm just gonna pin this so I don't rerun it again. So pin, and I'm gonna use AI to get the full name. So I'm gonna use an LLM chain, basic LLM chain. I'll make sure it's defined below. And I'm gonna add in Azure chat model. You can totally use any AI model you want. I'm just using Azure because I think I have like 20K here because I use it routinely in my agency. So I'm gonna add an expression. Make sure it's expression. I'm gonna say retrieve the full name from, and I'm gonna add the title. I retrieve the full name from title as it might be reflected in the person's LinkedIn URL. And I'm gonna put the URL here and I'm gonna say output the full name only with no additional text. And let's check this. Like, who is this guy? So Sparrow for Pharmaceutical. Is this the actual guy? Let's see if this is actually accurate. So he is accurate, right? This is the guy. Spare Pharmaceutical. Great. Make sure to connect with me in LinkedIn. I pretty much accept everyone. Okay, so clean name. Sweet. What else should I do? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna execute. The cool part about init10 is you can pin. So when you use make, it's just so annoying, man. Like you have to like rerun the entire thing. So Azure is pretty quick, as you guys can see. I can pretty much run like 100 in like a couple seconds, and 1, 2, 3, it's done. There we go. That was definitely magic. So there we go. We got the names, which is awesome. So now the only thing I have to do is simply just dump everything to a Google Sheets, and I'm simply gonna run it through like an email enrichment platform to find the emails within that company. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a Sheets. So Sheets append or update on a row, and let me just create a Google Sheets here. Very simple. This is gonna be full name, company, websites, and I'm also gonna dump series, type, funding amount, and what else do I have here? Funding date. Oh yeah, funding date and funding round. Obviously, I'm gonna use Geese, the best fonts on the planet. Gonna make sure I bolt this up. It's gonna name this Biotech Live Demo. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna select a credential. Make sure I connect my account, and let me check. Okay, this is the account here. I'm gonna go back. Let me check. Is this the right account? Yes. I don't know why I can't see my picture here. So connection successful. Perfect. Awesome. So now I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna see that I have my live demo here. I'm gonna go to sheet one. Okay, select column to match. I'm just gonna put full name. So the full name is the names here. The company name, domain, funding round, which is funding round, funding amount in millions. We're talking millions here, and funding dates. Yeah, I believe that's pretty much it. Now, if I execute, make sure I pin this. Done. There we go. I have everything that I need. Clean. So these undisclosed, yeah, that's fine. We can just deal with them in our copy. Okay, I'm just gonna make this a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. I like blue. Actually, I don't like blue. I like yellow. At this point, you guys already know this. I like yellow so much. And beige, which explains this, right? Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna simply add this to any email finder. I can totally just use the SSM masters, which is exactly the same. It's kind of like a platform that I built specifically for my community. The reason why is because any email finder is gonna be expensive. If I go to pricing, if I really want to do this, like you're gonna have to pay like for. I mean, we don't have a lot of data for this exact one. You're probably gonna need just 400 credits, but obviously, when you do this at scale, you're gonna have to pay like 10K, not 10K, obviously. You're gonna have to pay how many? $199, which is exactly why I built this one, because you can essentially just find the email and verify emails. But I'm not gonna use it because I want you guys to follow with on this video and like do exactly what I do. And the best way is you following exactly the exact platforms, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go to app and I'm probably gonna purchase new credits here. How many credits do I want? I'm gonna go to monthly, and I'm gonna get the 400 credits. select plan, and I'm gonna buy it right now. So $29, okay. And I'm just gonna plug in my credit card and I'm gonna get back to you guys. And done. We just got this. Now that I gave my email finder all my money, let's just go ahead and do this, right? So I'm gonna go to bulk search and I'm simply gonna go to file, download CSV, and then I'm gonna go here, upload my lists. And I'm gonna go to person's name. And I'm not gonna use the domains. I don't trust them. I'm gonna use company names. Process. Keep in mind if I get like 40 companies, that's more than enough. Because these companies just recently got funded. So I know they're gonna reply. At this point, I can just predict, I sent like millions of emails and built so many sales systems in my day. So you guys can definitely take that, right, and understand that it's not about how many outreach messages you send. It's all about the quality, okay? Everything is about the quality, just like everything in life, right? Quality work beats volume, just quality work. So 45 emails found, great. That's all I need. Preview, I'm gonna download, nice, perfect. I'm gonna go to create a new sheet, import, append. Awesome. So, now I have the domain name, valid email only. So great. Full name. Delete this. Found in round. Awesome. Delete all this. Make sure it's geese. Email. Full name, company name. Okay, great. So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna generate some sort of like personalization. So or maybe the copy. Yeah, copy. I remember I ran the copy back then. So, the copy is gonna be as follows. So I'm gonna leave this here, and I'm gonna add another, or let me just add the trigger here. Gonna add a Google Sheets. So get row in a sheet. Get the sheet one, sheet two. Execute. I'm gonna get the items here. 29. Was it 29 or 45? Oh, oh yeah. I didn't get the risky. Yeah, I'll still send for the risky. Yeah. Because an email finder is kind of bullshit when it comes to risky emails. They just say risky. Sometimes it's actually legit. But I mean, they're doing their due diligence. But I want a little bit more. Let me delete this. Okay. So, copy this. Put this here. What is the full name? Full name. This is the email. I'm gonna delete it here. Company delete. Funding round. Funding date. And this is company name. I am gonna delete this. And I believe that's pretty much it. Oh yeah. This is a funding amount. There we go. Finally. Okay. So funding round, funding date, company name, etc. So now I'm not gonna have that issue. Okay, sweet. So now I'm gonna add an LLM model. Olama, not Olama. Let me delete this, add a basic LLM chain, and define below, and I'm gonna say generate a statement similar to, and the copy is gonna be like, saw company just raised amount, congrats on the round. Quick question, are you actively looking for pharma partnerships / clinical trial sites / Series B investors right now? If you're open to intros, let's chat. Yeah, this is the copy that I used back then. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the full name. Actually, not the full name, company name. So company name, funding amount, funding date, funding round. We have the round. Oh no, the round. So saw company just raised amount on date. So I'm gonna add the company name here. Funding amount. Sometimes we get undisclosed. So we're gonna have to give AI a couple instructions. So funding date. If no funding round mentioned, mention just the exact date. Example, perfect output. For example, Saw Sparrow Therapeutics just raised 95 million on September 25, 2025. No, actually, I'm going to remove 2025. September 24, congrats on the Series B round. Quick question, are you actively looking for pharma partnerships, clinical trial sites, or additional Series B investors right now? If you're open to intros, let's chat. I'm going to delete this if you're open to intros. Yes, just this. And then I'm going to add Azure, GPT-4o, and then let's just generate all this. And let's see. So as you guys can see, this is pretty high ROI because these companies, like, they just raised millions of dollars. So this is what I like to call high intent targeting, right? Okay, so done. Perfect. I like this. Saw all in bioscience science just raised 100 million in September 2025. Okay. Date should not include the year. Okay. This is like the laziest way to prompt AI, by the way. I just want to get up and running as quickly as possible. You can definitely fine tune this prompt. Okay, perfect. Saw Sri Lankan Bioscience just raised 200 million in September 3. Congrats on Series A extension round. Quick question, are you actively looking for pharma partnership, clinical trial, additional Series B investors right now? Perfect. So I'm just going to dump everything to a sheets. Again, same thing. And I'm going to start myself some campaign. So append or update a row. Same thing here. I'm going to add copy. Make sure it's a yellow. And let me just refresh again. And I'm not going to run the entire thing again. I'm just going to pin and boom. So I have an error. Oh, I forgot the column to match on. I'm just gonna put email. Done. There we go. Perfect. So I'm just gonna download this. And I'm gonna go to instantly. I'm gonna start my campaign right now. I'm gonna log in. Let me check if I'm recording. Yes, I am recording. Perfect. So I'm gonna go to campaigns, create a new one. Demo Biotech. And I'm gonna add my leads here. Actually, I forgot to add the first name. Shit. What is the first name? I don't remember the formula in Sheets. So, quick fix. Go to Claude. I want to retrieve the first name. Okay, Claude is pretty stupid today. Generate a formula. Okay, this is the one I believe. Is it? Perfect. So I'm just gonna copy this, add a new sheet, put this here. Great. I'm gonna copy this thing, go to sheet 3, and paste it here. Perfect. Go to File, Download CSV, and now I'm not gonna have that issue. Thank you, Claude. Okay. Perfect. So email, full name. We don't need the full name. Found in route. I don't need it. First name, found in date, found in amount. Copy is personalization. Perfect. So hey, first name, personalization. If you're open to these intros, let's chat. Saad. Company name, time to scale. Perfect. I'm gonna add hey, first name, following up. Are these intros valuable for you? Let me know. Cheers. Last step, hey, first name. Last note from me. Hoping the best for you. Let me know if this interesting. I understand that happy to circle back when it's relevant. Cheers. And hope there are no hard feelings. Cheers, Saad. Sent from my iPhone. Perfect. Done. I'm gonna go to schedule. Make sure it's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Actually, 8 p.m. Some founders, because it's founders, like they're still checking their emails. Okay, options. Make sure I save this. Okay, I'm gonna pick some emails here. Since not a lot of leads, I'm just gonna pick this. Google, Microsoft, SaaS emails. Provider matching, yes. Oh, not open rate. You should not be tracking open rate. Who does this? Open rate, you should never track it. Always track only reply rates and actual money made because that's what matters. The only KPI is whether you're making money or not. And publish. So I'm just gonna leave this right now and I'm gonna get back to you guys once we generate some sales opportunities. All right, so this is the next day. I woke up just an hour ago and I went ahead and checked my Instantly account and looks like we got 4 positive replies so far. So we've generated 4 sales opportunities in 24 hours. Yeah. So this is the first reply that we got from this guy. And you're going to notice that there was a typo in the subject line. I accidentally added like this thing right here, but it did trigger a reply. It kind of like gave the human error, right? So, hey Saad, appreciate the note. Yeah, the funding was a big milestone for us. Right now, we're primarily focused on scaling our core ops post raise, but we're definitely open to strategic pharma partnerships and trial site expansions on the near term. Not actively raising another round just yet, but always open to hearing from aligned investors. Happy to connect and hear more about the interests you have in mind. Best, Richard. Again, let's just check out their website. So, gene therapy for advanced coronary artery diseases. Wow. Approach. Yeah, this is the guy. Yeah. So, 25 years of drug development. That's intimidating, right? So, this is the first reply. That was my initial email. So, Heritage saw Zeliucor Therapeutic just raised 67 million on January 7th. Congrats on the Series B round. Quick question: are you actively looking for foreign partnerships? If you're open to these intros, let's chat. So there we go. Let's check the next positive reply. Thanks for reaching out. I appreciate the congrats. We're heads down right now, scaling post fundraise. But we're definitely exploring partnerships over the next couple quarters. Series B is not on the table yet, but we're always open to intros if there's strong alignment. Send your calendar, let's talk. So this guy literally said, let's talk. They are primed and ready. So what do? Harnessing the power of chemistry in the fight against cancer. Yeah, see, they solve real life problems. So they talk about the raise here. Can you guys see? And a press. So raises 75 million and oversubscribed. Series A financing to redefine precision radio gland therapy. Okay. Let's see the next one. Always good to see people tracking this space. We're pretty selective right now. Not actively seeking new partnerships unless there's this really strong fit. Yeah. Time and alignment matter a lot to us. Curious what prompts your outreach? Do you have something specific in mind? I'm available tomorrow morning for a call. Would be interesting to bounce ideas. Yeah. I would be interested to hop on a call, to be honest. Villa Vigo. So is it Japanese? Someone watching this, who is watching this, that can understand this? What is this? Biopharma Villa Vigo. This is too smart for me. And Enduring Biopharma with a strong R&D heart. Exec in 2021 will leverage discovery as an innovative engine with an emphasis on novel technologies. This is very intimidating. Okay, let's check the last reply. We're not actively seeking new investors just yet. That said, we're always open to high-value opportunities. What kind of interests are you thinking? Let's check the websites. They have crazy big companies. They have crazy big companies like Visa, MasterCard, 7-Eleven, PayPal, Al-Ittihad, all these crazy big companies. So as you guys can see, we just, in 24 hours, we generated 4 sales opportunities from like huge companies that got recently funded. It just gets to show you guys that when you do your own outreach, you get to pick whatever company you want to work with. Like literally, these are companies that got raised millions of dollars and they still reply because you're hitting the pain, right? Because when you're speaking directly to what they want, obviously they're going to be like, yeah, sure. Right? Whatever. Like, there's no status game, which is the reason why I always tell you guys to never settle for less. Because I was an Upwork freelancer. I was trying to sell generic automation services on Upwork. And I would literally wait for people to post jobs so I can bid. Now, not every day, like, people are going to post jobs. Sometimes it's going to be just generic automations. Sometimes it's like $200 automations. And around that time, most people used to do the same thing that I used to do, which is basically like send in looms, right? And I quickly realized that I can't really stay at that place, because it really doesn't guarantee financial freedom if you really think about it. Because you're literally waiting for people to pick you, that's one. And you don't really know how much you'll be making in the next month. So your income is kind of like very, very unpredictable. But yeah, so hopefully you guys had value in this video to kind of like understand my thought process and the way I write copy, the way I build these systems in NA10 or like Make. And it doesn't make me a genius to do this. You can do it too. Like I always say, the only thing that's stopping you is literally you. Okay? So get out there, take action. I believe in you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.